Good evening, I'm Giuseppe Basile. I'm the answer show. You can find at the website www.fipstalker.com. I also post regularly on Twitter using the Fipstalker nickname. Good evening. Today is Sunday, March the 2nd, 2014, and it's 15 to midnight Toronto time. And in this video, I'm going to review for you two pairs. The first one is going to be the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. And the second pair is the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. So I want to start from the weekly chart, from the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. And I want to start from the weekly chart and show you what happened actually in the last few weeks. We saw participation on the downside clearly on this weekly chart from the highs in 2009 to lows in 2011 here. And as you can see, 112.36, it's not a random place. It's where the shorts on this weekly time frame program trading was placed in order to take advantage of this market. So at the moment, I just want to work offline here, and so as we could see here, we had participation on the downside. I also showed with a couple of weeks advance the level where I was looking for participation higher, and we actually had this participation higher at 109.17. Just go back and watch my previous videos. So what's going on at the moment? In order to understand what's going on, we have to look at the 240 minutes chart. After we had that participation higher at this 109.17, I started looking at the sequence of measured move on the 240 minutes here, and we could actually study this sequence, and that's what what we are going to do at the moment. So we saw participation on the upside here, and then we saw a price reacting at a certain level. If you are asking yourself why we got participation at that level, this is the level of the first measured move higher, where orders can be already in place, and we never trade this 111.55 level here at the beginning. So price went down and then start finding sell orders at that level. Although we had this spike here, we had orders, and again we saw these orders at 111. These orders were enough to bring price lower. Now in the last move higher in the last move higher that we had starting the 23rd here, we could see a sequence of measure move that would have helped us timing this move, the last move lower we had basically in the last 2 days in this market. And actually we can see the sequence of measure move even on this time frame, 240 minutes. Participation 110.74, bringing price into first and then second target, and then we would actually trace highs to highs and see again participation at these levels. And we saw participation at 111.19 here, bringing price into 111.54 first target, and again then we never got to the second target, so we retrace from same highs to highs and we get a violation here. So a first strategy would have been to enter short at 111.19 and so below 111.19 or 11.18 with a stop above 111.60 here, and this would have been a 41 pips risk for and I'll tell you where we had the target, because clearly we had no target for this trade at this moment, but I'll show you later on how you could actually find a target for this trade. Another way, a little bit riskier, because we never know whether price retraces after the break, would have been to trade 1136 with a small front run, 4 to 5 pips here. 1134 was the high, 1136, so with a 4 front run, you would have got into this trade. And actually then I want also to show you the sequence of 4-hour measure move here. This trade would have brought price into 111 and then 110, 110.87. So the next sequence in this next measure move in the sequence would have been from lows to lows here, breaking price again into 110.68 and 110.54. So there were two ways to exit this trade. The first one would have been when the actual sequence on the short side fails, and this would have been at 110.63 level. But if we go back and we look at the concept of haha trade, we could actually see that that probably this market stopped right at that first place where we would anticipate the existence of orders, and then you could actually exit this trade at the second target here, 110.46, knowing that very often we do not go much lower. Now there are two possibilities going forward in this market. One is that we just retrace into the all the way halfway back, and that's where we all the way to the it's not all the way halfway back, but we are using the first low here because we got a very extended move. And actually you could trade this after we got the lows here with 4 hours in advance here, and you would see participation at 10.77. So either now we get continuation lower into 110, or we're going to consider two levels. The first one would be a very logical level, which is the all the way halfway back 110.98, and then I'm going to show you how to trade this short here using the sequence of measure move. And a potential other level comes from the previous high. It's less probable, but still possible for price to trade at 111.16 here. Moving to the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar here. I want to show you the latest development. This market gapped as well today, like a number of other markets like the SP 500 and gold as well. So this market, it's important to identify a few important levels here. First of all, this market actually is sorry for that. So this market actually, as we know, traded lows to highs on the larger time frame, on the weekly time frame, which identified an important level of support on the daily time frame, and you can see this level of support very clearly here. OED 111, I've been mentioning this for months now, and we got a move lower, we got a violation of the sequence of measure move, and then we start getting we started moving higher here. And recently we identified, just after the fact, nothing that we could actually trade, this high to high, an extension long, which was respected at the beginning here, and again very clearly respected later on the 24th, February 24th. If we move to the 240 minutes chart and we study it a little bit, you will remember that I've indicated these lows to highs, and actually I didn't identify this immediately, but this this trade clearly worked, and then I'm going to show you how you could actually time this on the 15 minutes. And now in this sequence I want to show you though that the sequence of measure move on the 4 hour has failed, and on Friday we saw this participation 083, so one idea would have been, let's wait what happens on Monday. If this is respected, we could get a continuation lower, but clearly this didn't happen, and we know now that this market is going to retrace to the all the way halfway back from lows to highs here, and we didn't get there just yet. We will see what happened. Now there are two things I want to show you. First of all is how you could time this move higher, and what is the sequence of measure move here on the 15 minutes here, going lower into that level of support. So just a moment, let me put the 240 minutes chart back in place, and we look at the 15 minutes here. And the 15 minutes, I want to show you first how you could actually trade this level of support here. And the sequence here is very clear. The sequence on the 15-minute chart is very clear. We have highs to lows, first additional move, and then we get first and second target. We go below the well below the second target, and we know that we are moving in extensions, and so lows to lows, 83.14 participation, market into 82.95 second target, and again lows to lows. We can see here clearly a sequence, and again there was participation 083.08, and again lows to lows. This times no continuation, means that we actually have a break. And in the last review I showed you how you could actually trade the 0298 with a stop below slow. And again now I want to show you the sequence of measured move that we are seeing here in this market, and there is still a possibility for this market to retrace into the all the way halfway back, and that's something I'm gonna tell you later on. But actually this market came back to the highs to lows here on Friday, and then continue lower. Now I'm going to consider the sequence of measure move lows to highs today, getting into Sunday night market open, early morning market open here. And as we can see, price hit the first target, didn't hit the second target here, so we keep tracing these moves until we get a violation, and the sequence of measure move is still intact. So we have targets below 08334. If in this case we break one of the measure move, then we're going to retrace all the way halfway back into the highs to lows. So if we were to breach on the upside this 08362, we would go into 083, 083. So I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great week. Bye bye now.